and welcome to the very first edition of the Food Excursion program. My name is Iraja Aidu. I'm very excited today because I have a really big guest with me, whom I will introduce in a minute. But before I do that, I would like to go for a quick commercial break. Stay with me though, because I don't think you want to miss what I have for you today. When we come back, I will introduce my guest. You're welcome back from the break. Before we went on a break, I told you I have a really big guest with me. You're watching the Food Excursion program, and my name is Serajua Aidu, but you can simply call me AJ. Anyway, my guest today is someone I really admire. I think he's a very great person. In fact, when I got a call that he wanted to meet me, I didn't know what to expect, but I was actually amazed at how warmly and receptive he was to me and my team when we met him. So, I know you are probably thinking, get on with it already. Anyway, my guest is His Excellency, Mr. Philip Stalder, and he is the Ambassador of Switzerland to Ghana. You are most welcome to the show, sir.
Good afternoon, and let me take off this.
Okay, all right.
Akwaba by Swiss Embassy. You're most welcome. And it's my pleasure and an honor to be your guest today.
Oh wow! I mean, welcome. You've done so well with that tree of yours. I knew you were learning it, but you're really doing well.
You teach me kakra.
Kakra, kakra.
Kakra.
Good job, good job. I'm really impressed with that. Anyway, sir, so first of all, I would like to say thank you very much. I was really impressed, like I said, because I didn't know what to expect, when I got the call. But I was really appreciative at how warmly yourself, and your wife are, how you received us into your home. Thank you so much for that. First of all, I would like you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, where to start? I'm a career diplomat, being in the service of the Swiss Ministry of Foreign Affairs for a bit more than 20 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's
20
a long
years,
time,
yes.
but it went also quick, very fastly. And before that, I studied history at the University of Zurich. I also have a teacher's diploma. I was teaching for some years before I entered the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Wow, you were teaching. What level?
High school, gymnasium level, right?
Wow,
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
And that's my fifth posting now, and my second posting as ambassador. And in beautiful Ghana, I'm since 1.5 years now.
Oh wow, that is great. But I mean, for a young person out there who's probably aspiring to be like yourself when he or she grows up, what did you have to study? I mean, did you have to study a special course in a university to become an ambassador, or what is it like?
No, and I think that's the beauty of our profession. You can be a physician, you can be a historian, you can be a mathematician. So you just need to have a good knowledge a bit of everything, but we are not searching for one type of diplomats, and you will see and find a grand variety and diversity of diplomats in the whole world, and also in our Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Oh
wow, okay. Now I would like us to talk a little bit about Switzerland. How is it like? I mean, what is the difference between, is there a lot of difference, Switzerland, Ghana?
Well, I always try to find first the similarities and the things which combine two nations, two countries. And with Ghana, I feel very much at ease. I see, a bit like in Switzerland, friendly, open people. I see tolerant people here. The same goes regarding different types of cultures, religions. In that sense, I think we have a lot in common. Of course, Switzerland, it's a small country in the middle of Europe in terms of the size. Maybe Ghana in your region, you are also to be considered as a rather small country, but I think both our countries also have something to say when it comes to economics, to politics, and in that sense I would say we are both two very much respected nations in our regions.
Oh, okay. But I also know that Switzerland, you know, have a historical, I mean, it has history with sort of like Ghana. How long has it been, you know? What is the history between Switzerland and
I think the first links between our two nations come from the times when the Basel mission sent their missionaries to the Gold Coast. These were brave young men. They were knowing in a way that due to the climate and the diseases, they would probably not live a long life. And they came to Ghana some 200 years ago. From that time on, we have seen, of course, hospital schools being established from the Basel mission heritage. And we have a general consulate since 1938, which then was transverted to a full-fledged embassy, and this year we celebrate 60 years of existence of diplomatic relations between Ghana and Switzerland.
Wow, that's a long time. I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that.
Well, it's in a way historic. The same goes true for the visit, the state visit of your esteemed president.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, let's talk
a little about February.
Let's talk a little about that. I see that you have a book here that you know, recorded the visits and everything in there. So can we sort of like talk about exactly, show it, and all the places that you were showing me earlier, all the places that our president visited when he was in Switzerland.
No, for me it was amazing also to accompany, prepare and witness this visit, which is really something unique. We have once to two times a year state visit, and your president was the first leader of a sub-Saharan African country visiting Switzerland in that perspective for more than 60 years.
Wow.
So yeah, we arrived by train to Bern, the capital of Switzerland. You see here a warm welcome by children.
Yes.
Then you see all the flags in front of the Swiss Parliament.
Yes.
That's our president. This is Simonetta Sommaruga. We have a rotating presidency, so in a cabinet out of 7 ministers. We have a rotating system, so our presidency rotates every year. So yeah, that was the first day, and I could continue, but I don't want to
exactly
show you all the pictures.
For lack of time, we
can
just continue. Yeah.
And another proof of excellent relations between our two countries.
Great. That is great. That is very nice. Anyway, so moving on, what has made Switzerland what it is today?
Good question, and I ask myself this sometimes as well. Why are we that successful? And I think it's a combination of several factors. You know, it's a small country with 60% of its surface covered by mountains. So 80 mountains are higher than 4,000 meters.
Wow.
We have not a lot of natural resources, so I would answer to your question that it's the education of people. It's maybe the discipline to work hard. Also the reference to know languages and lifelong learning. It's something I think deeply rooted into the DNA of Swiss people. But again, it's a mixture. We were also lucky that during our history we were not involved in the 2 world wars in Europe, so this helped us to develop our economy. And then, of course, being all democracy with a very stable political system always helps to attract investments and to prosper the economy and provide a good life to our citizens. And in that sense, it's not a surprise that Swiss people are considered to be among the happiest in the world because we have a decent quality of life.
Wow, that is interesting. And how about tourism? I mean, what is it like when, for example, if I travel to Switzerland today, which places would you advise that I visit?
There are so many different places you could indeed visit. Maybe you would first have to judge for yourself, are you more a winter person or a summer person? Because in winter you would find snow, you would have the chance to do skiing in our mountains. There is an abundance of museums, of nice cities with nice architecture and old cities at the same time. If you like summer, you can have a swim in our crystal clear lakes and rivers. You can do hiking in almost all parts of Switzerland. So there's a lot to do and a lot to see in Switzerland.
Wow, interesting. So there is a lot to do and a lot to see in Switzerland, but we'll go for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue. Hello and welcome back from the break. If you just joined us, you're watching for the Excursion program, and I have with me the Swiss ambassador to Ghana, Mr. Philip Stauder. I would like us to talk about cultures. The book that you gave me was quite interesting. I saw a lot of different festivals. I didn't even realize Swiss people celebrated so much festivals. Can you just talk to us about some of the significant festivals that you have over there?
Let me maybe start by pointing to the geographical position again of Switzerland. You see we are in the middle of Europe. This also means as a small country we are heavily influenced by three cultural spaces. So Germany in the north, France in the west, and Italy in the south. And this makes a bit the composition of our culinary arts, which you will taste later, but also our festivals. So we are heavily influenced by our neighbors about these three cultural spaces, and then our festivals, of course, their tradition lies either within religion, so we have Catholic regions where we celebrate Carnival.
Carnivals,
Then it relates to the different seasons. So there are festivals celebrating and welcoming spring and saying goodbye to the winter. And then, of course, in modern Switzerland we have a number of open-air festivals of modern music. We have lake festivals, we have exhibitions, open-air and within our museums. So I think you can hardly have a weekend in Switzerland, especially in summertime, without festivals, special events going on in different places.
Lake Festival, that sounds interesting. I mean, what happens at the lake festivals?
Well, it could mean that on a weekend in Zurich or Rapperswil or also Geneva, Lausanne, you would have a firework in the evening.
Fireworks,
Or you would have a culinary festival on the streets, or you would have a festival called Caliente in Zurich, where we celebrate the Latin culture, the culture from South Africa. For example, in Winterthur, not far away from where I was grown up, we have Afro Pfingsten, so there is a festival in spring celebrating and highlighting different arts and foods of Africa, together with music, with dance. So again, we are, I think, quite open to the world and celebrate our own traditions, but also be open to foreign influences of the world.
Wow. Is there any festival similar to Ghana Festival, or do you have anything that you celebrate that you think it's really similar to something that we do here?
Yeah. Well, we have once in a while national exhibitions. So every 20 to 30 years we have so-called a Landesausstellung, where we bring together the different regions and cultures of Switzerland. And again, I think this book has shown you there are so many festivals, so many events going on.
Yes, wow. In that other book that we looked at, there was a prominent Ghanaian artist whose work was exhibited in there.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We had the pleasure with your president to kind of informally inaugurate this exhibition at the Museum of Fine Arts in Bern. It's El Anatsui. You're leading Ghanaian artist living in Nigeria and being called as the most innovative and well-known artist of Africa these days. So it's a great exhibition. It's still going on. It was extended till November, and it traveled from, I think, Dubai and Munich to Switzerland.
Wow, interesting. Now, you did mention earlier that you've had like 5 different postings. Can you tell us a little bit about which one has been like your most favorite and which one has been like your least favorite?
Even if I knew, I would not tell you, but I don't know, because I always like my posting. I take out the positive things. So I was in Vietnam, I was in South Korea, I was in Greece, I was in Azerbaijan, and I always try to connect myself with the people, with the interest 2 countries share, and I try my best to promote this. So in that regard, I really cannot tell you which posting I liked more or less.
Or less. Is there a time that you've ever wished you were stationed at one place?
I always live in the moment and don't think too much about the future. I think it's also difficult in the profession of the diplomat to think too early what comes next. So I live in the moment, and I don't care too much what would be the next posting.
Wow. Well, since this program is all about food, I would like us to talk a little bit about the Swiss cuisine, especially where you come from. Which of the foods there it's very predominant with where you come from?
I come from the eastern part of Switzerland, which is famous for its apples, for its strawberries.
Okay.
So we have quite a lot of varieties of desserts made out of these fruits.
Okay, apples.
But
is it grown there?
Yeah,
the apples and
it's
the
a rather
strawberries.
rural area where I've been growing up in the Thurgau. That's famous for these products. But as a chocolate-loving person, I should first mention Swiss chocolate,
yes,
which is made
very
out of
important. Yes,
from Ghana.
Yes, very important. I love that as Swiss chocolates as well. But how many different types do you have the chocolates?
Well, our specialty is the milk chocolate.
The milk chocolates, yes, that's good too.
The milk from the Swiss Alps. Then often we like the chocolate together and combined with nuts. And these days you would find white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate.
Yes, all types of chocolate.
Types with all kind of flavors.
The little ones that you do, you have one that it's like very tiny. They do it like very, very small.
Small squares?
Small squares, yes, exactly,
yeah.
That one is also very nice. But most of that is made from cocoa from Ghana, isn't it?
Indeed.
Most of the chocolates.
60% of all Swiss chocolate, it's produced with cocoa from Ghana. The other part comes from your neighboring country, which is Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast, oh wow, interesting. Anyway, so before we finish everything, can you just tell us a little bit about perhaps your family, because we haven't touched that yet.
No, you will meet my wife, Susanna.
Yes, I've already met her. She's a very lovely woman,
We have 3 children, 3 daughters. They're all with us in Ghana, attending either schools or doing internships. And we all are together, maybe for the last time before the children grow up and will have their own life. So I really enjoy family life in Ghana together with my family.
Do you think they love it in Ghana as much as you do?
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
They have their friends, they have their networks. They like also doing sports together with me, be it that one of my daughters joins me for jogging, or we go on a bike tour, we play tennis together. So we really like to be in Ghana.
Okay, so I heard that an average Swiss has to learn at least 4 different languages in school, which is compulsory. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's a nice cliche that all the Swiss would speak 4 languages in school. If you grow up in a Swiss German-speaking part, then definitely it's compulsory to learn French. If you grow up in Lausanne, in Geneva, or in another place where the mother tongue is French, then you have to learn German.
Okay.
In the southern part of Switzerland, and here you would see the composition of our 4 languages. You would speak Italian as a mother tongue.
Okay.
And here we even have a 4th language, which is Rätoromansch, which is spoken in one part of the Swiss mountains.
Okay.
Then let's not forget we have about 25% of people living in Switzerland not being Swiss citizens. So we have large communities of people from European countries, which means many more languages are spoken in Switzerland.
Yeah, and how many do you speak personally, since you've traveled so much?
I always make a difference between the languages I speak and the languages I've learned. So my mother tongue is Swiss German, so of course German comes naturally for me. Then I learned French. In school I learned Latin.
Okay.
Yeah. Then English I started to learn at a young age. And being abroad, I tried to learn Korean and Vietnamese.
Korean, okay.
Failed with these 2 languages, but when I was in Athens, I learned some Greek.
Okay.
And when I was in Azerbaijan, I learned some Russian.
Okay.
And beside that, I learned Spanish during my university time, and passively I would also understand some Italian.
Wow. So what about the Korean language that made you fail? Is it, I mean, what is it? Is it difficult? Is it you didn't like it?
No. But I think it's really one of the most difficult languages, the Korean language. And I've seen numerous people who came to Korea with elaborated knowledges of other Asian languages, and they failed as much as I did.
Yeah. Wow. Are you a sport person? Do you like sports?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
I like watching sports.
Okay.
But
which one is your favorite?
Prefer to do myself sports, and we have great sportsmen like Roger Federer, our tennis star.
Yeah.
I like football, so I'm also very supportive to the Ghanaian football team.
Okay, but which one is your favorite? Which one is your favorite football team?
Well, I studied in Zurich. My hometown is not far away from Zurich, so I was a big fan as a child for Grasshoppers Club Zurich. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was my team, still it is, even they are now only 2nd division.
Okay. For Roger Federer, is he still playing? He's no longer playing tennis, is he?
Well, with COVID, I think there was a natural break for also the tennis stars, but I'm sure despite he's not 20 years old anymore.
Yes,
he wants
he's
to come
older.
back. He will deliver his comeback, and he's a great person, a great personality, and one of the greatest sportsmen, I think, in the history of tennis.
Yes, he was very great. What are your final words? Is there any advice that you can give to our young people out there, perhaps someone who want to be an ambassador, him or herself, when they grow up?
Well, you always need luck.
Luck.
And I feel to be very privileged and lucky. But at the same time, you need to have goals. You have to be ambitious.
Yeah, ambitious. That's very important.
To reach something. But yeah, don't give up your dreams. That would be my advice to young people, and then you will reach your goals.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't know about you, but I had so much fun and I learned a lot. But since this is a cooking show, we're going to go to the kitchen and join his beautiful wife, Susanna, who is going to cook us some delicious meals from Switzerland. Stay with us. So we are into the second segment of the food excursion program, which is cooking. Yes, I love cooking. And we are in the kitchen of the Swiss ambassador to Ghana, Mr. Philip Stalder. And I have with me his beautiful wife, who is Susanna. Susanna, please join me.
Hi,
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, so Susanna here is going to take us through some cooking, some Swiss cooking. She's going to cook some cuisine from Switzerland for us, and I'm really grateful to be here. Thank you so much, Susanna, for having us.
You're very welcome.
What are you going to cook for us today?
All right, we will have a 3-course meal.
Okay.
We have a starter with a puff pastry and some chicken something.
Okay.
Mushrooms, and then the main course will be a very, very traditional meal with pasta and potatoes. So I have everything a little bit prepared.
Yeah, okay. So here we have the pasta.
Yep, it needs to be this form.
Okay, this
Otherwise
form of pasta.
it doesn't work. No.
Okay. And I see that we have cheese as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, I took a cheese I can get here in Ghana, which is a cheddar cheese. I mixed the sharp one and the mild one.
Mild one, okay.
And then we have the potatoes already cut into small cubes.
Yes.
And then we prepared the crispy onions.
Okay.
They will be on top of it.
Oh, wow.
And actually, I forgot something.
Okay.
We will put some ham.
Ham?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You can also make it with
yummy.
bacon, but since that's more pork, I choose a turkey.
Ham. That is nice. And this one here is milk or cream?
And this is cream.
Cream, okay.
It's whatever kind of cream, whipping cream, whatever.
Okay, all right. So what is the name of this dish?
It's Alpler macarone.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that sounds like a mouthful for me. So I'm just going to leave it there. But looking at the ingredients, I'm sure it's going to taste lovely. I can't wait to taste it. So shall we get cooking then?
Yes,
Can we start?
please.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so I'm turning on the fire.
The fire, okay.
We have here some chicken broth.
Okay. Okay.
And now I'm just putting this here on the side. I'm adding
the cream.
Some cream.
Okay.
I will make it. Oh no, it's
okay.
It's good. Just wait until it starts
boiling.
Boil a little bit.
Okay. So the next one is
actually this. I'll take the potatoes.
The potatoes. Okay.
Of course, I washed my hands before.
Oh, I know. I know. The potatoes is now going into the broth and the cream. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's a very unusual meal because usually you either have potatoes or you have pasta. But here we have both.
Both, okay.
And then you add this too. You leave it.
Stir it and leave it to boil?
Yep.
Okay.
I might add a little bit more cream.
Of the cream. That is about a cup, right? Like a cup full of cream.
Yeah. It's like I count in milliliters,
milliliters,
so 250 milliliters. And now I actually leave it for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we can continue with something else.
Yes, yes, absolutely. To prepare your applet macaroni, cut the apples into wedges and add 3 cooking spoons of cream and bring to a boil. Lower the heat and cook until apples are soft. Set aside to cool. Cut the potatoes into smaller cubes. Put the stock and the cream in a big pan and bring to a boil. Add the potatoes and the macaroni. Simmer until the potatoes and the macaroni are soft for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on the size of the potatoes. In the meantime, cut the onions into thin rings and fry them until they're golden brown and crispy. Put them aside. When the potatoes and the macaroni are done, you can add the cheese, the ham, salt, and pepper to taste. Serve the alpine macaroni on a plate. Add the crispy onions and the apple puree. So up next we have Linda, the head chef, who is going to cook us some starter. Linda, please join me. Okay, so Linda, what do you have for us today? What are you going to cook for us today?
Thank you very much. For the starter, we're going to have stuffed puff pastry.
Puff pastry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to stuff it with a mixture of chicken. And then some mushrooms, and then we add cream to it, and then we garnish it with parsley.
To prepare your chicken and mushroom with puff pastry, roll out your pastry and cut into round shapes. Lay on a baking sheet, brush the top with egg bake for about 10 minutes until it is light brown and puffy. In the meantime, you can prepare the filling. Cut chicken breast in small cubes, toss in flour, and fry it until the pieces are nice and golden brown. Add either stock or white wine, lower the heat, and bring to a boil. Add the mushroom and simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes until cooked. Add the spices and cream. Put the puff pastry on a plate. Fill it with the chicken and mushroom and garnish with chopped parsley. It's all right. So can we get cooking then?
Yeah. So I'll just turn on the stove.
Okay.
To a medium low.
So that's the chicken cooking, and then what else are you going to add to the chicken?
I'm going to add the potted mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms.
Yeah, we cut them into quarters.
Wow.
And then the mushrooms tends to cook overcook easily.
Exactly, yeah.
So we add it at the later part so that we still have some texture when you bite into it.
Okay, sounds good. So mushroom is going in there. Okay.
Then you just
stir it.
Yeah.
All right. It smells amazing, guys. I wish you could smell it through
just,
the television.
add a little bit of salt.
A bit of salt going in. Okay.
That's like a pinch.
Yeah.
And then we'll add the cream to it.
The cream, okay. Chicken and cream and mushroom always go so well together. I love it. It's very nice. Wow. Interesting.
So at this stage, I'll turn the fire back to medium low.
Okay.
So that the residual heat from the pan will continue to cook
gently. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's great.
And I made the puff pastry earlier today.
Which is here. I can see that. And it looks like they've got little covers.
Yes. So after baking, this is a homemade puff pastry. I made it myself.
Oh, wow, wow. And what are the ingredients?
Butter and flour. All-purpose flour.
And flour. Wow. Okay.
So after baking it, you take out the meat. So you'll be able to stuff your stuffing
in there. Wow.
And we'll do that later.
Okay.
Because if you do it earlier,
it's gonna get soggy. So you have to wait, and then we do that later.
Won't be crispy enough.
Exactly. Okay. So now we just leave that to cook gently for about 10 minutes, and then after everything, you stuff them in there. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Linda. So I think our potatoes are about done, right?
Yeah. Let me check.
Okay, so now our alpre macarona is ready. So, Susanna,
you did so well with the name.
Thank you so much.
Just to explain, alpre macarona comes from the Alps.
Alps, okay,
with our dialect, it sounds a bit
Yeah, okay. It sounds like I have to eat okra to be able to pronounce
exactly.
it well.
There you go, there you go.
Okay.
So they're actually ready to continue.
Okay.
I added some spices.
Spices,
This is
okay.
a mixture from Switzerland, but you can add pepper.
You have, okay.
So we're now adding the cheese.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'll start with the ham.
Ham is going in, okay.
Putting it in, and now you can put in the cheese.
So let me put in the cheese. All of it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And can I stir?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Give me this.
All right.
Put it away.
Okay. Oh, this looks so yummy. We're done. Wow, that was so quick. To prepare your apple macaroni, cut the apples into wedges and add 3 cooking spoons of cream and bring to a boil. Lower the heat and cook until apples are soft. Set aside to cool. Cut the potatoes into smaller cubes. Put the stock and the cream in a big pan and bring to a boil. Add the potatoes and the macaroni. Simmer until the potatoes and the macaroni are soft for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on the size of the potatoes. In the meantime, cut the onions into thin rings and fry them until they're golden brown and crispy. Put them aside. When the potatoes and the macaroni are done, you can add the cheese, the ham, salt, and pepper to taste. Serve the alpine macaroni on a plate. Add the crispy onions and the apple puree.
Actually, I need a plate so I could
Plate
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I take it? Okay. All right. So here we have
add a
fresh
little bit
chopped
here.
parsley for garnishing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll add some more when we are plating it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So to give it flavor and then for garnishing later. Okay. All right. So our apple macaroni is ready for plating. So Susanna is going to plate it for us.
So we just put this away.
That looks
and
good.
This is, I'm aware here cheese might be expensive in Switzerland too, but still it's not an expensive dish. It's really something you can make on a daily basis.
Exactly, yeah.
Children
you can make
love it.
Oh, I'm sure they will. So, I mean, moms at home, once in a while, you can do something different. We all love our food, our banku, our fufu, but I, personally love trying something new and learning something new. So once in a while, you can do something like that for the kids at home, for the whole family, and it seems very simple to make.
We eat this with the
apple
puree, as you were saying. Actually, in Swiss German, it's Apfelmus.
Okay, all right.
And just put this on the side.
On the side, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
do you want to try?
I do, actually. I can't wait to try it because it looks really, really lovely. So let's see how it tastes. So a bit of everything, right?
That's very wise.
Okay. And then some applesauce.
You can add it as well.
Okay,
that's the way we do it.
All right, let's see.
Might be hot.
Very nice.
I'm happy to hear that.
Very nice. Because you get the crispiness of the onion and then a bit of sour taste from the apple.
Yes.
Oh wow. I like it.
I'm
happy. I like it. It's really, really nice.
Great. But wait until you can try the next dish.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so let's check with Linda and see if the chicken stuffed puff pastry is ready. Linda, is it ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we just bring it to the table. And then plate one for you to try.
Oh, I can't wait.
So
absolutely.
Just take a puff pastry. And then you stuff it
with them. Okay. Okay, and you garnish it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so this is a chicken stuffed puff pastry. Wow, the pastry is so nice. Yeah, it just melts in your mouth. Wow. This is beautiful. This is very, very nice, Linda. I love it. Honestly, I mean, it's breaking. Look at that. It's just breaking. It's not tough. No. Wow. Linda, really, you should teach me how to make this pastry because I've never tasted anything like this before. It's so soft.
So the puff pastry is basically butter and flour, and it has to go through a lot of processes. Okay. And it has to be cold. Otherwise, yeah, you won't be able to get the layers because when you bake it, it has to rise. That's the puffing. Okay. And the butter wedged in between every layer makes it grow bigger. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. And then this can be served as an appetizer, main course, whatever you choose to do. Wow, and it's amazing just what flour and butter can do, you know. That's really nice. This. Have to have another one. Wow. So now we are done with the alfred macaroni and the chicken stuffed puff pastry, and we are on to dessert. And desserts, I have the two beautiful ladies with me who are both going to show us how to do the dessert. So, to prepare your Swiss Christmas cookies, stir batter in a bowl until it is smooth. Add sugar, salt, and 2 eggs. Stir until ingredients are evenly distributed. Grind the skin of 1 lemon and add to the mixture of the previous step. Add the flour and knead to a smooth dough. Cover the flour and let it rest for about 1 to 2 hours in a cool place. Cut the dough in parts and roll it out on a floured surface, approximately 1/4 inch thick. Cut out different shapes and put them on a baking sheet covered with baking paper. Let it cool for about 15 minutes. Before baking, sweep the dough with egg yolk. Bake for about 10 minutes in the center of a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Decorate them with icing, sugar, and water mixture and sprinkle or cover them with melted chocolate. Let's start with you, Susanna.
Yeah, I mean,
what we have for dessert?
It's really difficult to decide what to do for you today, but we decided on something. It's not the season yet, but it's actually it's the most classical cookie for Christmas.
Oh wow!
And Swiss people, they love cookies. Linda's already looking forward to do again the cookie section with us. And it's something you can do with your children. I've done it on birthday parties or on cooking occasions.
Yes, because they look like really fun figures here that children will love.
So Linda, we prepared some, but Linda will now roll out the dough, and then we will. How do you cut them?
I'm going to show us how to cut them. Okay, Linda. So
so I'll just sprinkle some flour on the working board so the cookie dough does not stick to it.
Okay. So what is in the cookie dough? What the green ingredients?
Very light. Very light.
Yeah.
We have all-purpose flour.
All-purpose flour. Okay.
Sugar. A pinch of salt and eggs.
Eggs.
Butter.
Okay.
Yeah, butter.
Butter. Okay.
Again, butter.
Yeah.
All right.
So again, the dough has to be very cold. So I'll just work it a bit so I'll be able to roll it. Otherwise, it will break.
Okay. Okay. So it was in the fridge.
So the warmth of your hands, we just warm it up a little bit. Yes.
Okay.
So we use our rolling pin, and then we just press it down a little bit.
Okay.
And then we turn it around. You roll, you turn, then you get equal shape all over.
Okay, so we need it to be round. Okay.
We need it to be flat, but then we just need the thickness to be the same all over.
Okay.
If I roll it only to this direction, we might have this side being a little bit bigger than the other
side.
And then when it goes into the oven, it won't bake evenly, and we don't want that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so as I roll, I keep on turning.
Turning it, okay.
Yeah, so you can see that we're having, now this side is a little bit big because we haven't rolled it yet.
Yes.
So you roll, you turn.
Even shape, okay.
Yeah, so you get the even thickness.
And then maybe 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
And then it's fine.
Yeah.
And then we have to preheat our oven.
Okay.
Because,
At what temperature, Linda?
I'm baking it at 375 degrees.
For how long?
For 10 to 15 minutes. So until you see the edges brown a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Looks good now.
Yeah.
It does,
So now we have all these different shapes.
Yes,
I
fun
have like
shapes
hundreds.
wow, that children will love, you know, playing with it. So parents at home, you can try this with your kids, and I'm sure they will love
really
it.
fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
maybe you
before I
want to do
cut,
one.
Oh, sure,
so
absolutely.
you just dip it into flour
so it doesn't
comes
stick.
out easily.
Okay.
And then you just
okay.
press it in and then you take it
Okay.
out.
All right. So I will do the first one.
Yeah.
And you press it down.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we already,
wow.
lined
Look
our
how
baking
easy
sheet.
that is.
We already lined our baking sheet with parchment paper.
Uh-huh. So we just put it on a baking sheet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. That is nice.
so
that is nice. Which one is next? We can
Whichever one you
try
choose.
this
You
one.
choose.
But yeah, we first dip it in here.
Yeah.
And then we do it again. And it comes out easily and perfectly. Wow, that is really
So
nice.
there we have a star and a Christmas
Exactly.
tree. And especially for you, we made actually a cow.
Oh, how nice. Oh, this is lovely. Okay.
Usually we paint them with egg yolk and then it goes to the oven.
Okay.
But I was telling you before that
Yes.
children really like to do it, so
Yes, to
we
decorate
have
it.
a mixture of either lemon juice and icing sugar or just water and icing sugar and then some sprinkles.
Yes.
And my brother's favorite version is with a chocolate cover.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so my mother
So
always
you
did
can
that one.
you can basically decorate it with anything that you
Yes.
want.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That is so nice. That looks amazing.
So Linda's finishing it.
Yes.
And then it goes to the oven.
To the oven, okay. Right, so this goes into the oven for just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you put it in the middle of the oven. So you can reshape your dough and then cut out more cookies.
More cookies.
if
You don't
want.
have to throw it away. Okay. All right.
That'll be all for the dessert.
Okay. Wow, so now our apre macarona is ready. Chicken stuffed puff pastry is also ready, and we also have our Christmas cookies. Well, I would like to say a big thank you to Linda here, which is the head chef, and Madame Susanna. Thank you so very much for having us in your home and for cooking us these beautiful, beautiful meal. We also have here wine from Switzerland. so we are good to go. We are set to go. But now I would like to invite Ambassador Philip Stalder to come and join us, help taste all the food, the yummy food. So Ambassador, you are welcome. Okay. Well, welcome once again, because we've already spoken to you. But yeah, here all our food are ready, and we'd like for you to join us tasting. Okay? All together. Yes, all together, everything. Okay. All right, so which one are we going to taste first? Apre macarona or this one?
Today, this is the starter.
Okay, okay, the starter. So here we go. Yeah.
There's one for
There's
you.
one. Yeah, one for everybody. But I think a glass of wine to go with it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cheers. Cheers. And thank you
Cheers.
so much for having us once again. Thank you for your great
coming.
hospitality.
You're
You are
welcome.
also nice. Thank you. Okay. All right. So here we go. I love this already anyway. So.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites in the family.
Okay. Yeah, it's really very nice. Very, very nice. With a glass of wine. Yes, very nice cooking, Linda. Well done. Okay. So now that is that for the starter. Very, very nice. You should try it at home. Stuffed chicken puff pastry, right? Stuffed chicken puff pastry with a sprinkle of parsley on top. It's really very nice. You should try it at home. Okay, so we move on to the main dish.
To the Alpre macarona,
yes,
right?
Yes, Alpre macarona.
There's one.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
That's perfect.